Right, hello shooters. Been waiting for this one for quite some time now, so I've always fancied the look of this rifle, and that's the Brocock Commander. It's basically got the same internals as the Brocock Bantam Sniper HR, but the difference in this one, it's got a different stock to it. The actual rifle themselves come in black like this one. We can get a Cerakoted version, which has got like a desert drab colour on the barrel, on the butt plate, and I think on the stock. Now, it looks quite nice, but you pay an extra £100 I think for that. Also the rifles come, this is the highlight version, come with 3 different bottle versions. You've got 2 alloy buddy bottles, one at 400cc and one at 500cc, and you've got the carbon fibre one, which is known as the light, and that is 480cc, so just bring the weight down a bit. What else we got? 10-shot magazine, 17-inch Slaughter Walther choked and crown barrel. It's fully shrouded and it works really well, but it's also got, on this one you can unscrew that, and it's got an 1/2-inch UNF thread if you do want to add another silence on to make it really quiet. As with some of the day state rifles, it's got the Opus slingshot hammer system in it, and this version has also got the dedicated Huma regulator. So if you look on that side, you've got a regulator for the a pressure gauge for the regulator and a pressure gauge for what's in your bottle. It's got a 2-stage trigger. It's also got a safety catch with a little paddle in front of the trigger. What makes this one different is it's more like an Armalite rifle in a way. It's got an adjustable rear butt pad on it, so it would suit any size of shooter from small to large. There's a little handle on the end there. You just press the lever to adjust that. Fitted to this one today, we've got the MTC Connect scope on it. That's a 3x12x24. Now you think 24, that's not very good, but believe me, unless you've actually looked through one of these, you can't believe how big the sight picture is. It's bigger than you'll see for any other scope. You've got to get it close up to your eye. Now they do come, when you buy these scopes, they do actually come with a rubber eye cap to fit your socket, because they are so close. They are recommended for air rifle use, and I've been told they're okay on 2.2 rim fire and 1.7 HMR rifles as well, but not on a recoiling rifle, put it that way, because you can imagine you'd end up either cutting your eye or giving yourself a black eye. But a really good scope, and that is illuminated as well. What else we've got? It's got a power adjustment on the side like on the Bantam. 3 power settings, low, medium and high, and it comes in 177, 2.2 and 2.5, and depending on the version you can get, they come in 12 foot-pounds for the 177 and 2.2, possibly 2.5 if you ask for it, but for the American market, I know if you hold an FAC license, you can go right up to 47 foot-pounds. I do know that this one's a 17-inch barrel. I think if you get the high power version, I think the barrels on those are about 23-inch long to give you that extra power. So like I say, 47 foot-pounds on the top end. In the UK at the moment, it's a fixed stock as it is on this. Like I said, there's a folding stock version you can get and that usually goes to the US market, but I have been told that we may be able to use the folding stocks in this country before long, because it does come in, I think it does come in the realms of being usable for the length of everything. But I think they're looking into that. But if that's the case and we do get a folding stock, it shouldn't be that long now anyway, because they've been looking into it. Right, that's the information I've got on it. I'll get down to shooting it now. Now what I'm going to do, I've got 8 different types of pellet here. I'm going to zero it in at 30 yards, and then when I find out the best zero in pellet, I'll send it out to 50 yards. Now for the last week and a half, club members have been using this rifle, doing batch testing for Day's Date, and we've had, this is a standard barrel that came with the rifle, but they've had a new batch of barrels come in. We've had 2 barrels to test. We don't know what they are, they're just numbered and lettered, and we've got to try the barrels and see which ones shoot the best, and whichever that one is will get used in the next rifle selection that comes out. So that's how it's all done. I think they make so many 100 barrels at a time, and when they do find the barrel they want, that's what they do. They run those barrels off, and then they get sent out to the customer when they're ready. So what we'll do now, I'll set a target up. It's pretty early. I got here about 5 to 6. It's 10 past 6 now. And the reason I've done that is to beat the wind, because as soon as the ground warms up, you start getting wind. So hopefully we'll get the best results we can from it. So I'll get on with the test. Okay then, I'm going to start the test now, and this one's for you, Mark Homer, one of the YouTube subscribers. Now, I know Mark's had problems with these QRS, I think he said for his Bantam, so I did say to him when I got a chance, if I got my hands on a Bantam or a Commander, I'd give them a go, see if it's a general thing or if it's just a pellet thing, to be fussy like that. So the first pellets I'm going to fire will be the Quanyon Sports pellets. These weigh 8.48 grains, shooting at 30 yards. I've not zeroed it in, so I don't know where the first point of the shot's going to be, even if it hits the target. But this will be the first pellet test. Okay, we'll see how it goes. Now Mark, he's on quite a lot of the forums, and he's quite a good, he's a good bloke to talk to on shooting. So I hope you enjoy it, Mark. Right, there we go. I see that. A bit high. Wait to the left. Trigger is really nice on this. Oh my god, that's a flyer. Well, looking at this mark, it's the same through this barrel as well, which is surprising. This is a Lothar Walther barrel. I don't seem to like these. Now I shoot these pellets from my old Brocock on my Falcon, and they're really good. So it just shows you different pellets like different barrels. Right, next one up, because it's the one I got to first, will be the Kaisers. Now these are made by H&M, hence the German title Kaiser, and they weigh 8.64 grains. So I'll load the magazine up and I'll change the target. Hopefully we can find a pellet the rifle does like. Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, no group there whatsoever, is it? Right. And what you'll notice before I fire each group, you'll see the average velocity and power for the rifle come up, because I did chronograph every pellet and for each 10. There's a 10 shot group for each one. Right, these are the Kaisers, 30 yards. Last one. Okay, I think there's a group down there. So that's the Kaisers. So next up, I'll be using the Craftsman Premier Hollow Points, similar to Acapels from away. Yeah, better group than the last. It's still not tight enough for me. Probably about an inch centre on that. With the Kaisers. Now I'm testing a variety of different pellets, coming in at all different prices and grades, just to see what works and what don't. Okay, so that's the Craftsman Premier, I think it's 10.49 grains. Oh, we're right in the ball, that one. Same again. It. No, bit of a jam there. Another one, what's going on? So, seems to be really accurate, but I don't know if the feed's that good. That's it. Okay. So that's Crossman Premier. The next one up I'll be using the Falcon Accuracy Plus. Not sure how much they weigh. But 7 point something grains. I will post that up anyway. Right, so put the new target up. Yeah, not a bad group actually. Yeah. So if it likes Crossmans, it should like the Acipole. I don't think I've got any of those to test. Ralph can certainly shoot better than I can, so. Okay. So next up was the Falcon Accuracy Plus. bit of a jam. That could be it. Yeah. Okay. Don't think that was such a good group actually. So I don't like them, I don't think. Right. Next one up will be the RWS Superfield. A budget pellet, but sometimes they shoot pretty well out of rifles. Yeah, as expected, not such a good group, that one. Okay, then next up is the RWS Superfield. Not sure, but they might have done well actually. Alright, so that's all the lighter pellets. Now I'm going on to the heavier pellets now. First one I'm going to do is the one that did well in the 2-2 recently, and that is the Barracuda Hunter, which is a hollow point. This one weighs 10.49 grains. Take the next target up. Yeah, it's not a bad group actually for a budget pellet. Yeah, what I was thinking about. Yeah, apart from two there, it's probably about 1/4 of an inch group. Definitely the best one yet, I think. Right, next up then, Barracuda Hunters. Okay then, from here it didn't look too bad. You'll know better than I do until I get up there. Right, I've saved the best till last, so I think, and that is the GSB Heavy Diablos at 10.34 grains, which I think are very similar to the Day State at 10.3, and I've got the Bisley Magnums as well, and they're 10.65 grains. So I'll go for the GSBs I think first. Crikey, I'm impressed. Well, Mark Homer again. We've discussed these pellets before as well. Who would expect a hollow point to do so well? Because aerodynamically, you wouldn't think it would, but bloody hell, that is a very tight group. That's probably the tightest group so far. Oh my God, well, we learn things every day. It's amazing. Right. Okay then, GSB Exact Heavies, 10.34 grains, 34 yards. 30 yards I should say, not 34, I mean like that. Is that it? I think it is. Yeah. I don't think they did as well actually. Surprising. Right. So the last one then, it's a Bisley Magnum. Certainly not what I expected. Oh well. The last pellet group test. Okay, last up, this is Magnums, 10.65 grains. Yeah. Right. I'll go up there, assess the damage and see which pellet I'm going to use. I can't believe the one I'm going to say. Here we go. Okay then, that has got some good potential there. Discount those two and that is a good group. Right. So it looks like I might be testing 2 or 3 at 50 yards now based on this. But we'll get on with it anyway. Okay then, these are the results. First one up was the Quanyon Sports Diablo pellet. As you can see, that was a bit of a shotgun there. So I concur with Mark Homer on those, as they don't work very well through the Bantams or the Commanders by the looks of it. Next one up was the Kaiser. It's not too bad a group, probably about 3/4 of an inch probably. I've got the Crossman Premiers. Same again, pretty tight group. Take the top and the bottom one out of it, it's not too bad. Falcons, those a bit loose fitting, so they seem to have spread out. RWS Superfield was a good result. Like I say, if you take these two out, that's 8 shots within just over 1/4 of an inch. Surprise of the day, or should we be surprised? Barracuda Hunter. Now look at the hollow point on that. You would think that would slow it down or affect it, but based on that, there's no flies. Just over 1/4 inch group. Surprise of the day, the JSB heavies. Now these sort of pellets tend to do well in my other rifles, but on here it's not so good. Final one, Bisley Magnum. Take those two out, same again, probably just over 1/4 inch group, so a couple of flies there. So what I'm going to do for the 50 yard test, I'm going to use the Bisley Magnum. I'm going to use the Barracuda Hunter. I'm going to use the RWS Superfield. I'm going to fire all 3 of these at 50 yards and see how they do. I mean, if you can get those shooting well at 50, that's a budget pellet. I don't know if they still do well in sort of 12-foot pound at 50, I'll be really surprised. Bisley Magnums usually hold their own because they're heavy pellet. But yeah, I mean, let's look at the groups now. RWS Superfield. Barracuda Hunter. Bisley Magnum. Like I say, there's just two of the shots at the bottom. If it weren't for those, that'd be pretty good.